So, next up, we'll go ahead and speak with Estenian to take on our next main story quest entitled Righteous Indignation. Estenian is ready to lead the way to Tiamat. Tiamat waits. This way. Alright. And away we go. Towards the dragon we only ever met once before 6 years ago towards the tail end of the main story of Heavensward. That, upon meeting, Mathia was able to fully regain the powers of the Warrior of Light. So let's join everyone over here. And, we gotta find the intended destination in here somewhere. Yeah, it's gonna be so hard to find amongst so many people. Hi there, Tiamat. Long time no see.
It's plain she knows naught of recent events. Perhaps you should enlighten her.
Yeah, she's probably been hibernating. Yeah. Hey there, Tiamat. We need to talk to you about something very important. So after giving her a summary of the details... Kind of surprising. So what does that tell us?
I've seen it with my own eyes. Captives of a lost empire, neither alive nor dead, existing only to preserve Bahamut's corporeal form.
In other words, you're on your own. Yeah, and suffice it to say, she is pissed. Yeah, she's really sad and angry at the same time. And who could blame her?
Your children's pain means nothing to them. They laugh at your kind's suffering. But tears will not right this wrong, nor will lamentation see the perpetrators punished.
Yeah, what will we do?
Behavior befitting a great worm. We came here to ask mighty Tiamat of the First Brood, consort of Bahamut, mother of the dragons of Mericidia, what she intends to do about the crimes committed against her children.
How's that for an answer? Yes, Estenian stares intently right at her.
Santalan infan antosk. Kaus lent an. Ale o esk an in. Ale kum ak in.
You too were exposed to his influence. That you are yet in possession of your own will is testament to the indomitable strength of your soul. But were you to meet with Bahamut again, you fear you might succumb.
Oh, and what would happen if that took place?
Snoska dramon kin. Nestra in. Illes I. Nesh an. And ala. Unmik. Nalstra ul an. Antal an. Small. Tahi an.
Grin his teeth, must be doing so for a reason. Analysis?
On the matter of Bahamut's influence, at least, I believe we can be of some assistance. If you're afraid of being enthralled, don't be. We have a cure. And while we've never tried it on one such as you, its basic principles are universal.
Did you come equipped with the Porksy? Yeah, Stenia's look of shock, like, what? Yeah, Tiamat's like, really?
There is no future for those bound to the past. That you committed a terrible sin, I do not dispute. But if you feel remorse, you may yet make amends. We offer you that chance. Take it, or you will forever remain a prisoner, not of these cruel shackles, but of your own guilt.
Sahaan. Seth som. Kin Bahamut an.
Yeah, can we do it for her? If she wants to do it, of course.
An sumon. Na an inles. Snaloles dish an. Na ala an ul an sin an. Stan in.
What's on your mind, Estinian? You are smiling, so it's gotta be good. So now, Grahal would like to speak with us next. While Porksies have been shown to be effective in curing the tempered, Tiamat must be considered a special case. She is far, far larger and immeasurably more powerful than any subject treated thus far. Were we to remove her restraints only to find that the process had failed, we'd be hard-pressed to contain her. Yes, we're counting on you, I'd say. Then before going ahead, we should learn as much as we can about the exact nature of her condition. Do you suppose we can find that information here? Why, yes, we can indeed. The Allegans kept detailed records on all of their notable captives, and they know exactly where to look. And so, we shall leave that to you then. In the meantime, the rest of us can turn our thoughts to the removal of those shackles. I know I've known Shinji here well enough, but not you. Are you certain you're ready to see this through? Rest assured, Sir Stenian, that I am both ready and willing to give my all for the sake of this star, though that is not my only reason for wanting to set Tiamat free. While I do not claim to know all of her sorrows, I too once found myself in a prison of despair, and I well understand how hard it can be to dare to dream of escape. It took the encouragement of braver souls than I am to make me take the first step towards a brighter future, and now I would help Tiamat do the same. I gather you are not as young as you look. Mayhap when our work here is done we could trade as tales of a pot of Tatu's famous tea? and be indebted to her for the leaves and the hot water, I think not. I see. Returning swiftly to the task at hand, then. I believe the nodes governing Tiamat's restraints are located in the sector known as the flagship. Ah yes, we are familiar with it. The Theochemical Research Facility in particular. That's right. That's where it is. Oh, you may wish to take this. A spirit vessel containing a small amount of my blood. How'd you get one of those over here? You're still Shen for the sake of doing necessary stuff? Which you just happen to be carrying around with you. I suppose that could seem rather odd. To explain, Rambrose, Urianger, and I are researching the use of spirit vessels in the transference not only of memories but the trace of certain bloodlines, and so I keep one at the ready should an opportunity to test our theories arise. As for use to you may recall that during our previous visit, the nodes here granted access to restricted functions, having identified me as being of royal blood, and armed with that spirit vessel I posit that they will do the same for you, even in the absence of, well, the rest of me. It seemed worth a try at least. Agreed, we will take good care of it. To the flagship then. Yeah, let's have at it. Hey there Miguel, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. Alright, don't go away there Tiamat, we'll be right back. Also, I didn't mean it that way. Alright, off we go. Back to where the Theochemical Research Facility is located. Alright, so up to the flagship. And we'll reunite with Alpha Node right over here. Careful not to fall. Let's split up and search the flagship for the node that controls Tiamat's strengths. But should you find a likely candidate, do not be tempted to make any adjustments. It would not do to accidentally release some man of experimental monstrosity, nor less Tiamat herself in her current state. Our objective at this stage is simply to identify the relevant node or nodes. Once we have learned what we can, we should reconvene and compare notes prior to proceeding. Alright. Let's go and have a look. So I'm looking for 3 nodes in particular. Starting down here with this malodorous node. Friction between metal components detected. Temperature increasing to critical levels. Please replace damaged parts or retreat to a safe distance. So it's obviously not that one. And that's because since this is a really confusing place, let's look at this Obstrusperous node, which is very difficult to pronounce. Hello there. Also, you look like an egg. Data link with Delta Quadrant broken. Possible cause: intruder interference. Advised deployment of automated combat units. Proceed. And then the last one we see conveniently right down here. Primarily also because of the icon and also because of the various people standing around it. Hello there, Clamorous Node. And hello there, Dagger cosplayer from Final Fantasy IX. Warning, scheduled dragon restraint maintenance due in 2020 years. Failure to verify system integrity may result in unscheduled specimen release. Alright. And now, off we go, back to Alpha Node. Yeah, sometimes they make words so ornate that even I can't be able to pronounce them. No matter how hard I try. I'm afraid Estinian and I have little to show for our efforts. Did you find anything? A node which smelled like burnt hair, a chirping node which spontaneously warned me about neglecting the dragon restraints, and a way to activate mechanical sentries if that's any help. Or just say no. But we did find this. Spontaneously, you say? Well, that does sound promising. Almost suspiciously so, in fact. But then you were in possession of the spirit vessel. I dare say it is indeed the note of which Grahal spoke. And it was chirruping, you say? Very well, let us take a close look. Alright, away they go. And we will head on off. So back on over to the Clamorous node. Hello again. Do you wish to operate the Dragon Restraint mechanisms? Indeed we do. You do not have the requisite access privileges. Operation of the Dragon Restraint mechanisms may only be undertaken by the Chief Technologist and members of the Royal Family. Or those with a vessel full of royal blood, perhaps. Also, hi there, Elf Node. So you're hidden behind my Choco. Let's use this. New user detected. Commencing biometric authentication. Authentication complete. User identified as member of the Royal Family. Please state your name. Yeah. Himself, Alphanode, or Estinian? Well, I'm the one who found this thing. Welcome, Shinji Okori. You may operate the Dragon Restraint mechanisms when ready. Error. Unable to disengage restraints of the specimen Tiamat. A system update is required. Where do we go about doing that? A system update? What do you suppose it is asking of us? Well, I could hazard a guess, or to smash it to pieces. Yeah, we've run into this situation before. Well, that's more than I can say, confounded bloody thing. User agitation detected. Initiating guidance program. In order to operate the restraint mechanism, I require access to the central control system. However, I am unable to establish a link to said system due to the obsolescence of my own software. This issue can be resolved by applying a system update using the corresponding terminal located within the flagship. So this thing can this thing release the restraints or not? It can, but only once it has received the requisite system update, as far as I can tell. Yeah, so until which time it'll float there spewing nonsense. Yeah, user's dissatisfaction detected. Initiating placation protocols. I am here to help. Rest assured that I will be on hand to guide you through every step of the system update process. How gratifying. But I dare say we will fare better with guidance than without it. I suppose so. And Stania just shakes his head. So let's take 1,135 gil. Alright, let's go ahead and speak with the node again for our next main story quest entitled For Vengeance. The restrainment node stands poised to lend a hand, figuratively speaking. Guiding user to terminal. This way, please. As my Chocobo decides to take a timeout. It's not like we need him at all right now. In fact, there's only one place that we do combat for the entire duration of the story. I'm guessing you guys know where that's going to be. So yeah, this was in a very weird place. It's hidden here, in a spot that almost no one ever goes to. But yeah, this is the flagship terminal we require. Let's see. According to the terminal, the central control system is presently employing software version 56.135. Dare I ask which version you are employing? Yeah, let's take a look. Why, software version 42.002, of course. Warning, errors detected in the data management system. Estimated time required for update, 5 years, 1 day. 5 years. Yeah, that's 5 years we don't got. Yeah, they're all like, what? That is rather longer than we were hoping. Aren't there any other options? For instance, using this terminal to operate TMOS restraints instead? The proposed method is indeed an option. Please be warned, however, that the procedure may have changed as a result of the system update, and my instructions may no longer be accurate. Well, I can't imagine we'll have changed all that much. As long as we pay due attention to any discrepancies, I dare say we shall be able to muddle our way through. Yeah, basic mech. Basic tech. Don't bother trying to explain. Just tell me if we've made any progress. I would say so, yes. It does, however, that I remain here to operate the terminal. I shall inform you via link pearl once I'm ready to release the shackles. It might be best if you left the spirit vessel with me. I may yet have use for it. Rest assured I will be certain to return it to Graha Tir once this is over. Alright. Hang on to it tight there, Alpha Node. Just a little more work and Tiamat will be free. But before we go any further, there's something I would know. Do tell. When Tiamat and her kin fought against the Allegan Empire, both sides were but dancing to the tune of the Arsians. And it was in the same in Ishgard, where they stoked the fires of conflict between man and dragon from the shadows. All that the Arsians touch turns to ash, and thus have you made it your mission to fight them. More or less. But there have been times when you tried to reach out to them instead, to find common ground. Yeah, there have been some of those who haven't been as desperate for destruction, and so I must ask, what do you intend to do with Van Daniel? Will you try and reach out to him too? Enemy or no, I want to understand him. I will try, yes, and if that fails, I will remember him. Or certainly after I've wiped the smile off his face. Yeah, enemy or no, I want to understand him. It's not like any of those choices are all that positive. But did he not tell you that it was beyond reason? If he wishes to die, I say we oblige him. But perhaps that's the difference between you and me. You see the good in people even if it be but the faintest glimmer. I only hope you do not come to rue your benevolence. You think us unwise for viewing the world thus? Apparently not. Far from it. That has ever been your way, as I learned when we journeyed together with Iceheart. Yet the fact remains that there are some who view compassion as a weakness to be exploited, and there may come a time when you extend the hand of friendship only to wish that you had dealt the killing blow. So save your mercy for those who deserve it. We'll do just that. Well, we should be better getting back to our task. If an Alpha Node has things in hand here, I suggest we rejoin the others. Yeah, do what you must there, Alpha Node. Alright, back over to Alice. Alright, off we go. Don't destroy him. So yeah, back over to Tiamat. Yeah, it is good to see you guys here this evening. As we return to the fancy crystalline configuration. Yeah. Heads up, Tiamat. We're right behind you. Yeah, behind. Yeah. The clamoring went away, then it came back, then it returned again. Yeah, let's say we found you. Estinian told me all's well, but nothing more. Honestly, it's like getting blood out of a stone with him. I take it from Alpha Node's absence that he's needed elsewhere. Yeah. We need to tell you why, though. Well, that all sounds rather frustrating, but you got there in the end. While you were off talking to nodes, Graha and I were learning as much as we could about Tiamat's condition. Yeah, give us an update. Our readings confirm that her ethereal balance leans strongly towards the Umbral, as was the case of the kobolds. Therefore, all other things being equal, the treatment should work. And also, here, speaking of said treatment, it is right there in front of us. The difficulty lies in the sheer quantity of ether which we must contend. Multiple applications of the treatment will inevitably be required if we are to reverse the effects of the tempering completely. Meaning I'll need all the ether I can get. Thank you in advance. Although this endeavor will last much of us, we do have one reason to be optimistic. Namely that Tiamat shows no signs of fanatical devotion, suggesting a milder case of tempering than that suffered by the kobolds. Yeah, likely weakened over thousands of years. Tiamat saw her Bahamut as an equal rather than a god. Might that have made a difference? Now that you mention it, very well might. She would not have believed it necessary to defer to his will. But enough talk. It is time to put our theories to the proof. Tell Alphino to disengage the strain's ethereal dampeners. Yeah, so Stenian gives the word. I'm counting on you, Angelo. Do what you gotta do, little porksy. Yeah, such warmth. The frost that shroudeth my soul doth begin to thaw. But what are these? Visions of days long forgotten, of the war with the men of Alag? Wherefore do such baleful memories return to me now? Yeah, I'm not even going to try and speak her language because I don't know it. Could it be that the process of restoring her soul to its pre-tempered state is awakening ancient memories? Or might the opposite be true? If so, by helping her to recall the past, we may be able to speed her recovery. Shinji, she trusts you. Speak to her. Ask her to tell you of times past. Yeah. Tell me of Bahamut and the Ascians, or about your war with the men of Alag. But it's Bahamut we need to know about. Ah, Bahamut, my beloved. Would that the peace we found in Mericidia could have lasted for eternity. But alas, it was not to be. The Ascians saw to that. In all creation, I know of none more wicked. It was at their behest that the men of Alag first came onto Mericidia, unto our home. Flashback. The tale began when Bahamut and I left our father's side. We took wing in search of a place to make our eyrie. Beyond the southern ocean, we discovered a lush and fertile land. It would come to be known as Mericidia by the children of men, though many years were to pass before they crossed the seas. Oh, look at those little baby dragons. Upon our arrival, we were welcomed by the peaceful people of the forest, kin to the trees. Surrounded by nature's bounty, Bahamut and I had found a place to raise our young. And yet... Fascinating. This correlates with the writings of the Sholian scholar Rurusha. She posits that the man first settled on the southern continent towards the end of the Second Austral Era. Correctly, it would appear. If only she were with us to hear the tale from Tiamat herself. Again, Angelo. And give it everything you got. When first the children of man arrived on our shores, no foot did they set in those places over which we held dominion. Such was their fear of dragonkind, and as they kept their distance, so did we let them be. And then they didn't. Yet as the days went by, ship after ship appeared upon the horizon, bearing ever more of their brethren who divided the vast land amongst themselves. For a time they knew peace and prosperity, but as their numbers grew, the smaller their share seemed to seem, and soon they began to cover the territory of their fellows. Ere long man fought man, blood was answered with blood, and none could see an end to the strife, until one day they came to us. Recognizing our wisdom, They entreated us to intercede in their conflicts. Bahamut agreed, and with him presiding over the affairs of men, the land knew peace once more. Alas, those golden days of harmony too were fated to end. For the men of Alag slew my beloved, and I, in my rage and sorrow, heeded the envenomed words of the Ascians. The rest thou knowest only too well. Oh, what are you doing on your knees already there, Odyssey? But your tale doesn't have to end there. We are free, we'll rid the world of the Ascians together, and you and your beloved will have justice. But only if you can keep it together. Fine sentiments, but you're almost spent. Or keep watch from above. If the treatment fails, run. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I swear when this is over... Keep going, Alice. The magic is working. Yeah, get back to it. So let's speak with Alice again. I knew this wasn't going to be easy. No patient could have prepared me for treating a great worm. But we're close, I can feel it. And while I've only got a few more drops of ether left to give, with yours and Groha's this will work. Then I believe I speak for both of us when I say that you may take as much as you require. Careful, I might hold you to that. Alright, here I go. Okay, round 3. And now Angelo will get right in Tiamat's face. So yeah, get that energy that you require there, Angelo. And shoot it right at Tiamat. Yeah, she's still weary.
Ugh, no. I'm almost there.
Yeah, trying to give determination, but we did promise we'd give you a hand. We'd give you some ether to help you out, and so that's what we're doing.
This is it, Angelo.
And round 4. Yeah, flies a little higher. And we'll rain sparkles down on Tiamat.
Es ließ an, mich es teil.
Did it work?
Yeah, because if you need to go for round 5...
Until the shackles are removed.
Stand in. Yeah. Give the Rotolfa node.
Task in Santa Ankin in way.
Many have been subjected to the Allagan's dark arts, their flesh irrevocably altered. For such tortured souls, I fear there can be no salvation.
Ankin.
Yeah, sad face.
Slosk an all fall kail an. Slosk seth som in an. Afaten. Mon ud. One an. Lis a an. Do ud an.
When that time comes, you won't be alone. We'll stand by you.
She's in a
Alphino's ready. It's time.
Time to see if our experiment has borne fruit. Yeah, let her go.
Do it. And let's hope the treatment worked as it should.
And that light is blinding. And then... Yep, there are no more chains or crazy rings draped over her shoulders. Yeah, stand by in case. So up she goes.
By the gods!
And it looks like we got it. Yeah, no need for the lance there, Estenian.
Urianger, your timing could not be better. Understood, we're on our way. It's Bahamut. He's been sighted over Pagalthan.
Yeah, I guess we know what danger is
The
next.
largest amount of settlement in the region, at the head of a vast host, including dragons.
We know what we gotta do then.
Did you hear all that, Alphino? You'd best rejoin your comrades. I'll make my own way. Our enemy awaits. Shall we?
Yeah, allow me to hitch a ride on you there, Tiamat, says Estenian. Don't worry, I promise not to strike you down. And away they go. And so let's speak with Graha. While I'm sure you're desperate to join Estenian and team up in battle, it would be wiser that we gather the full strength of the Sons first. The foe we face demands no less. Yes, indeed. So, by completing our quest and freeing Tiamat from more things than one, we have the option to take some smoked chicken, a pineapple salad, or some broad bean curry. And so, in our case, since we get the crit hit and determination from the smoked chicken, this is what we'll be taking.